A sour smell rises from the rubbish. Of grilling. Quite big enough for portrait has been penciled. Ex-Supreme Leader Nestor's face has been plastered over the dimple. From afterbirth, she's sending them to the afterlife. Commercial propaganda guides you direction.
Finally, someone with courtesy. Do you know when the night is coming?
A handsome man shifts in place, glancing over his shoulder toward the tram lines. Suitcases surround him.
Sorry to bother you, madame. I suppose not everyone is stranded here like myself.
Why are you stranded?
I'm waiting on the 9. I was told it was having some problems. But it's supposed to be in service any day now.
An exotic air about this man, difficult to place, and exceptionally handsome. The suit he's wearing hasn't been changed in days.
How long have you been waiting?
I was told it's supposed to be in service any day now. That was a week ago.
Enough time to grow accustomed to new surroundings and start noticing things.
A week is a long time to be waiting for a
I
tram.
agree. But what am I to do? It seems to be the only way out of this city.
Yeah, I could ask her about the 9, see what's up.
I would appreciate it.
Have you seen my colleague by any chance? Middle-aged man, medium height, brown jacket, hot.
I did see a man like that some days ago, I think. Near the bazaar, in fact.
Our sleeping brother.
Was it with anybody?
No, he was alone. Why do you ask?
Who was supposed to make me hear what didn't show?
I guess we share the same fate. Thank you. I'll be here in the meantime, waiting.
You hear laughter and music ahead. You can still make out the lower half of the words SL free sticking out on the brick beneath. The old factory is mangy with past identities, an archaeological record of Portofear and turf war. It has been many things over its lifetime. For now, it is a black market brimming with foreign imports. The silk factory was once the pride and lifeblood of Portofino. Whoever occupies it occupies the city's soul.
Pseudopod had a purchase order from a Bazaar vendor signed Carmona. She must be in there somewhere.
You also have the red disc from the stereo system. You could seek out a media vendor to assess it.
Okay. All right. Like there's a lot to do. I don't know how long this demo is, but I don't know if it's just like few things you get to do or not, but we'll see. An open beer, cold and inviting, has been left on the table. Can I take it? Yep, I can. So It can lower my, so alcohol lowers my anxiety, but increases my delirium. And we know tobacco or smoke lowers our delirium, but it increases our, what do you call it? Our fatigue. Oh, we have a map. Great. This is the party alley where we are currently. This is so cool. Oh, I like the drawing. Okay. Did I take it? Okay, now I took it. Now we have 2 beer. And add fortified mantis shrimp, that crisp, begging to be devoured. They have a door here. Close at all times.
Excuse me. Can you take a look at this?
The young man, the young woman turns from a stall of party wigs and beaded necklaces to thrust a photograph under your nose. Her hood, a burrow, sheathed the mouse within. Look at the photograph. The photograph shows a robust man well into his 60s. He is unremarkable, save his eyes, which are magnified to comedic proportions by the thick lens, spectacles in front of them.
Have you seen him before?
What is this about?
Have you?
Who is he?
Mi viejo. My dad. He's been missing a few days.
Those who don't have a name.
Right, I should have started with that, I guess. His name's Krantz.
Sorry to hear that.
He probably just started walking and got lost. Old people do that kind of thing.
Her eyes are bloodshot, hair greasy. No sleep 3, maybe 4 days. Voice is memory going. You're sure you haven't imagined all this, so you don't sound convinced. I probably wouldn't worry about it.
I'm just worried. I told him watching too much TV was making him crazy.
The vision has advanced enough to destroy mine since you were last out of the superblock. Please, yes. Is anyone regularly listening to Bagsman's sermons on reality could easily lose their grip of the thing? And I've just wandered off.
No, I mean, that's the most likely scenario, right? Ugh, this is kind of embarrassing. My dad's developed this insane theory about the payphone to the western exit of the Bazaar.
Go on.
Dad thought certain words said into the right phone gets your attention from the wrong people. He was convinced Enter was behind it all.
What's Enter? Enter, aka l'Empire. Oh, it's French. L'Empire sans territoire, aka the bank. Richest intelligence service in the world and longtime enemy of the opera, and therefore you. This mean empire without territory, aka the bank.
Dad and his friend Gilmar were big into conspiracies. They were obsessed with this show, The Reality Situation. They really bought all that stuff.
Why did he think it was him there making people vanish? Let's ask that.
Bagman did an episode on them, and so Gilmar started following random people, thinking they were from the bank. Not long after, he roped my dad into it.
What did he say they were up to?
Normal rich guy stuff. Hitting up the bars and shouting abuse at the local drunks. And they disappeared into penthouses where they couldn't be followed.
Sounds like a good point to call it quits. The perfect time to follow harder. Did they stop?
Miracle did, but Gilmar stayed out. And then he called my dad around 2 in the morning. He'd overheard something and was explaining it when the call just cut off.
My dad went by his house the next day, but Gilmore wasn't there.
And not long after your dad was gone too.
Yeah. He looked for Gilmore for 2 weeks, reported him missing to the GMs. Nothing.
If any of this is true, that means the payphone is tapped. It's been monitored at all times. You're saying enter, got Gilmar, and then they got your dad. What are the words you thought set it off?
They seem pretty random. Cousins, moon, reunion.
Do the words mean anything to you?
On their own, sure. Together? Gibberish.
That's what Gilmer said to him on the phone before it cut off?
I guess. When he tried to tell me, I wasn't really paying attention to him. He had those written down on a pad in his bedroom. He told me not to say them if I used the phone. It all sounded so silly. A couple of days ago, he stopped by the store to bring me lunch. Then he said he was going to make a call. I wasn't nervous at first. I figured there was no risk of anything actually happening. And then he didn't come home.
Washing out the container that carried homemade rice and beans, glancing out the window above the sink as the sun goes down. Don't look at the clock. The look, don't. No offense, but that sounds highly unlikely. Let's see. I didn't tell you that.
No. I mean, he just can't leave things alone when he gets an idea into his head.
Alright, I know enough now.
Yeah. Thanks for humoring me. Don't pay too much attention to it. He'll probably turn up any day now.
Are you sure there isn't anything I can do to help?
You could keep an eye out for him, maybe? I just want to know if he's okay. Anyway, you want a wig? I hear they make you fun at parties.
Where is this allegedly tapped payphone?
Why? Really? You're not going to try to make a call or anything, right?
Nope, just looking around.
Okay. It's the phone by the western entrance to the bazaar.
Do you know what this is?
Oh, that's Ultravioleta, the Brazilian pop star. Always thought that type of music was too young for me, but I've been enjoying her stuff recently for some reason.
Have you heard of this song?
No, but it's definitely her kind of title. Weird disco. You should ask Petra at the music store over there. He'll know more. Doubt he's an ultra though.
Something's happened to my colleague. Have you met a guy who was into socks recently?
Yeah, he came by. Nice man. Talked a lot about socks.
Tell me about him.
He was, normal. Pretty forgettable, if I'm honest. I told him, unless your socks are mismatched and neon colored, I'm not much use to you.
Any idea where you went?
Not really. Wandered off into the bazaar. What do you mean, something's happened? Did he use the phone?
Don't think so. I know where he is. Just not what happened.
Well, at least you have that.
Thanks anyway.
Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of distracted when he showed up.
Let's see those costume accessories.
Yeah, they're right there. Take a look.
So the wig adds 1 personalism. The UFO glasses 1 entanglement. The hair set 1 nerve.
You need anything else? Thanks for stopping by.
We know where to buy stuff. Radiantly muffles the world around you. Silver threads on a grey canvas. You can lean against cold metal. The city slackens around you. Watch the rainfall. It's the river that went down. Let's go. Press and take huddle together.
A cosmonaut suit. Its shoulder patch reads, "The stars are ours, 77.
Price that.
5,000 soul. No wonder it's still here. People with that kind of money don't shop in the bazaar. If it is, then it's one of the few things for sale here that isn't a knockoff Lusian electronic disc or toy.
What happened in 77?
A classroom with a buffed blue floor and white fiberboard tiling. The teacher rolls a square little television in on the cart. The girls in their final year of gymnasium gather round. The camera follows the white column up, and then it jerks or cuts out. When the picture returns, there's just a white cloud sprouting new white limbs. The rocket nowhere to be seen. For a long moment, none of the students can tell what's happening. Then, one by one, they realise. A faulty seal, a minor propellant leak. Next thing you know, 4 cosmonauts are splattered across the face of God.
What happened after?
Expensive, fruitless. The program's failure promptly tanks the porphyrian economy. Supreme Leader Nestor flees into his second exile not long after. As for the bazaar, it's saturated with surplus equipment, memorabilia, and replicas. This suit is most likely the latter.
You found the coolest stuff around here.
You once heard that the pressure in space can turn your whole body inside out. But that might be submarines. Your focus widens back to the bazaar.
So, speak to these kiddos. Transfixed child. She's going to melt his head. Brought it in closer to the television set.
On the TV, a giant wolf-like creature stands up on its hind legs and howls. Its fur bristles gold. Dangerous, mythical, electrifying. No wonder the kids are watching this.
What is this?
Suddenly, the beast roars and light floods the screen. It's followed by a wet, pompous sound. An acceptable mimicry of a skull liquefying under extreme thermal stress.
The static wolf is awake. The boy grins at the television, gripping the toy sword on his belt a little tighter.
LED lights are distributed evenly along the blade. Durable PVC hilt with textured grip. Impressive armament.
Nice sword. Where's it from? One of the best show ever. 60 wolves. They make it in La Luz.
The Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state. The rising military and cultural power of the day.
What is 66 wolves about? About a girl who has 66 chambers in her heart, and each one contains a wolf. And the wolves came out to make war with the angels because they want to take over the world. And the wolves have sick weapons and really cool attacks. Gestures at his swords. At his sword, this is Tyrant Wolf's Flaming Claymore. Did you buy it from one of the stalls around here? No. One of the real ones. It means it's not from the bazaar, but from the Luz. Our aunt bought it for him.
Army going on trips to the Luz. Must be a high flyer. Rare in Portofino.
Do your friends also like 66 wolves?
Notice that the broadcast is in Mercian, not Lusian. Dubbed for a foreign audience. Troubling, especially if Lusian cultural exports are what they primarily consume.
That's pretty cool.
A neurotically organized store, about 10 meters west. A morose man stands there obsessively cleaning a disc-like object.
That guy?
A man of strong opinion that he's not afraid to shout about, even to children.
There are audio discs of the show. Yeah, they have songs on them like the main theme of the start of the show, or the one from when Nimble Wolf burned a whole angel city, even the angels. Says he won't stop the music disc because it will poison our brains with sonic excrements. Want me to talk to him? Well, maybe he frowns, but it won't change his mind because he's a sore loser. What do you know about Lulu's? It's the place where they make all the cool stuff. Not like here. I bet they even have flying duck.
Ridiculous. These wobbling open chassis abominations can barely function on solid ground.
And also we have cousins over there.
Some Portoferans refer to Lusians as strange cousins, a nod to this island's colonial past.
Is your family from Malusin? No, we're born here, and mom is from the Zone.
Certainly not part of Lulu's. It's a wealthy state in the developed world, known for its bogs and poets.
I asked mom if our cousin could come over one day, and she said it's hard because the Luz is so far.
A mere 4-hour flight, but there are no commercial flights between Portofino and the Illuminated Empire.
What about Portofino cartoons? Do you watch those? I don't know any. You know any? Maybe? Wait, I remember those from when I was little. There was one with puppets arguing a lot, and another with a green cat who was also tea.
Neither sounds terribly enticing.
Were they any good? Look old and ugly. Mom said she watched them as a kid. Not much better. Can't tell you everything about 66, so you can't just ask, okay? Would you be willing to part with that sword?
Let's be logical. Whoever needs it more, you. Why would you take this from him? He clearly treasures the toy.
What do you need a sword for? I don't want to. Oh, maybe. Why don't I use my money like that? Well, if you want it, then it has to be fair with honor. All right, I'm listening. When Dread Wolf met with the legendary Smith Kuro of the Grey Fang tribe, Dread Wolf didn't have coins, so she traded her eventide pendant that she had since she was a pup, so Kuro would make her a dagger. Sick. Why can't we try this?
It's easy. You've had loads of life experiences, just put them all together, but make it wolfy.
Did not get it. Failure to embarrassing failure. Oh,
No irony, only the truth.
but she's trying to be better. Oh gosh, I'm delirious again.
Slowly, the kids turn away from you.
I have to leave.
The children
Stop
ignore.
embarrassing myself. That's the dude.
Off-brand drivers, cheap plastic housing.
Plane rides like old routes beneath.
Mass-produced excrement. These animals pleasure themselves in.
Um,
Those smears near the optical pickups? That's not damage. Shame. It oozes out over time.
You see this? Each one guaranteed for 10,000 replays. Obscene.
got that. Did I try this? Oh my gosh, I failed.
Stars of mercy. Each single value disc
Ah, I should have included
represents a
myself.
single cell of stage 5 cultural metastasis. Synthetic brain cancer. A fledgling device, yes, but make no mistake, they perfected the technology with these newer formats. Sleeker, quicker to go obsolete.
And that's before you factor in the house fires.
I think the propensity to self-immolate is their best feature, actually.
Yeah, well, no cancer machine is touching this brain.
Friend, you're already terminal. Typical replayer arrogance.
Gosh.
Go ahead, browse away. My name's Petre. If you need anything, I'll be here, lamenting what's left of the culture. Strange how? Format or content?
You tell me.
He takes the disc warily.
An Isoltone XR.
Sublimity. Never, as though you unexpectedly flashed one of the faces of God at him.
Where did you get this?
What's it matter?
Isoltone hasn't been available to consumers for a decade. A disc in good condition is worth thousands of souls to people who appreciate its wonders.
What wonders are we talking
The
about?
apex of auditory technology. A high-fidelity yet dynamic sonic experience that self-effaces after a single play.
How does it erase
A
itself?
magnet embedded in the disc erases its contents as it's being listened to.
Which is why we couldn't
As
listen
in
to it.
life, everything happens only once. Replayability is oblivion. The end.
I think this one's already been played.
You played it?
Not me, someone else did.
Filthy animals. Those. Bet they recalled them all years ago. Better a mass manufacturing fault than this to save them from this humiliation from being passed around like.
The light switch flips off in his eyes. He handles it as reverently as if it were a tiny plastic coffin.
I'm sorry.
Any idea what the title means?
UV can only be ultraviolet. Degenerate Lucian Electrodrosser. There's a new fabricated star every day, it seems. But she's the top of today's pile.
Let's see. What about the song title? Are you familiar?
I look like I'm 14 years old and brain dead. The fact that it's committed to Einzeltun suggests it's some kind of promo copy. Some new advancement of degeneracy from across the Nos Grandes. This ultraviolet has gone missing at the moment. Kidnapped by counter-fascist radicals, whatever that means. Lucian marketing plot, if you ask me.
How would that be good marketing?
Mystery, fragility, trying to add something of the legendary to her status. Things like her make me almost miss the days the Lucians were marching on the colonies. None of this is the Einzeltone's fault, of course. They can't control what gets seared upon them.
Even though it was empty, I listened to it. Made me feel pretty weird and talking about it.
Yeah. I assume fondling a human corpse would also make you feel pretty weird.
No, I mean it was eerie.
Again, playing with...
Let's see if I can
Yeah.
do. Can Angleton be weaponized? I wanna try some of the other.
If you want spiritual, find an unplayed one.
Okay. There's gotta be some way to recover what's on it.
You seem to have misunderstood my soliloquy. It's done. Numerous. The beauty and the tragedy of the format. I hope you dispose of it with dignity. I think a private ceremony would be most appropriate.
The vendor's eyes narrow behind his orange lenses.
This is a media store, not the missing persons division. Also one of the GMs with questions like that.
Guardia Municipal, Street Cups. You prove the conversation are forcefully or there is. Like a man who remembers his.
I try. So most of humanity fades into an indistinguishable morass of banality. This Cody. What does it look like?
Average height, bald spot, one jacket on.
Dialectical looking glasses. Air of advanced.
Back in photo 24, your would-be double gurgles his ascent.
That's him, suck specialist.
Yes, he came by here. Didn't call me his lost. Adrift among the many wonders of the free market.
See him now, eyes wide, board circuit for the data. Had a cut in custom. Was it Pseudopod? I'm living the super block. Who's your prey?
Carol child peacefully abandoned at the fire station. With on a mother who won't be coming back.
One of the operants viewers terms of percepts to claim all knowledge of those marked lost. Those who follow the party sees knowledge by the party. This him with it? Very poorly?
It might be a stretch. Let's just say the man was definitely mobile.
What did he want?
He was dreaming big, I'll give him that. Also dreaming. Your dialectical friend mistook himself for some sort of big money businessman. He wanted the Bazaar to import superblock hosiery. Socks to start with, but there was talk of cotton ties, even stockings if the adventure took off.
Making and both Kona come with the end, at least what is good. Would have made a fine double. Would join this on this socks when we just take it.
Of course not. I don't sell socks. So is he alright, your man? Or what?
Don't know yet, that's what I'm asking.
He's probably neck-deep in drug-lathered prostitutes, lobotomized by the latest in electro-pop dreck. Wonders of the developed world. I'll be blunt. Are you with the weeping eye?
The techno-fishes ripple affluent darks of state and also ugly ones which all apart from you. Why will you think the weeping eye?
Because they've been especially active here recently. Usually they just let things slide. All the Lucian merchandise, good for everyone. But these days, they're staring right at us, unblinking. Keep them. If things get too hot, I can always slit my wrists with a shard of verdis before they take me down. My point is, your colleague was asking questions. Now, something's obviously happened, and here you are, also asking questions. Given the current climate, no one wants to answer these questions, least of all, me.
My questions were exclusive about
Then I would attempt to educate, obviously. I'm not some kind of street hustler, friend. My merchandise is mega premium, the best this side of the big blockers. I'll tell you what I told your stock friend. Speak to the boatman down by the vest docks. He's the one who knows the underground goings on around here. We're just the vendors. The cool one. Excessive sunglasses. Relaxed or likely on a boat. No way of confusing him.
that's been helpful.
Wonderful. Now for all our sakes, please say no more. If you want to talk media formats, I'm your man. This other stuff.
Have you seen Malin's father running your dog?
Missing? Is he? I'm not surprised. That fool and his friend would wander into the jaws of a lion if they were told to.
Talking about?
That TV show. Idiot with a bag on his head, your regular stop for hysterical lies, paranoia. Every night, 9 p.m. The old fool was always regurgitating whatever he had heard on there the next day. It's no wonder it eventually led him into trouble.
Dead. Must be somewhere bringing back to his life.
I'm afraid not. The format is near obsolete. Einzeltone is the past, yet it contains the future. How exquisite. So, your question is, Petre, how do I reanimate a corpse?
Exactly.
You should speak plainly, then. I'll be honest. The thought is so disturbing to me that I've never entertained it before. But theoretically,
You've left the realm of reality and are hacking the firewall of techno philosophy.
theoretically it might be possible. You would have to repolarize, re-remnants processing, probably a concentrated magnetic flip, neodymium grader. It would involve some custom gear, no doubt, but my answer to your distressing question is yes. I think you could.
I'll love to try.
Why don't you film it and make a snuff disc out of it? One for the techno voyeurs. Don't ask me about this again. I feel unclean. Maybe not.
Okay. We've made some great advance. Dr. Hugo is Hugo. That's fine. Oh,
The storefront is closed firm with a metal shutter. Plant-like sprouts from cracks in the brickwork, growing over the aluminium. It must not have been open for some time. How was it? M plus Y. Ha. Unstoppable trade forever. Mariko is a dog rapist. You lift the shutter gently. It resists. Locked. Around you, scattered pairs of eyes watch as you jiggle the shutter. Too many people around for a break-in. Come back at night, or find another end. You turn away from this.
okay, so that's a place we can definitely go in. A filthy flyer glued to the wall. A row of spectacled men stare into the middle distance, while in their midst, a lone figure looks towards the viewer. A man with a brown paper on his head above him, and bold letters the reality situation. His gaze piercing through from the two high holes cut in the bag. Look closer. Yellow text in black and white. Tune in, everyday coverage. In all caps, they did it again. Right, of course, the bag. And show who did what again. You know, them. The ones who shift the tectonic plates. Fix the seasons. Pollinate the sky when no one's looking. Day. Released yet another declining moon. Right underneath your nose. Yes, a fourth one would explain many things. And raise more questions, like what happened to the previous moon? Why did the batteries leak towards the equator? Who gave birds the right to blink horizontally? Salute Bagman. You know where this poster would look as the pitching where? That big blank wall next to your bed in photo 24. Background check conducted at time of recruitment confirms that Cascade attended St. Lidwina's boarding school from the ages of 11 to 17. Subject reports that return visits home to the residence of her mother, Eve Wilk, were infrequent and, quote, impersonal. Mom never let me put anything on the wall. Yeah. I think I prefer the blankness. The uppers moved you between so many different apartments in the last 5 years, you've never had a chance to unpack, let alone decorate. Constance, a comrade of the arts, you understand. Nay, Anchorage. Just check to make sure there's no one watching, then grab it. I don't know if this is very me. We'll grab it. We'll take it. Bagman's been pretty cool recently.
The Guardia Municipal officer is intensely scratching at his neck. As you approach, he wipes his hand on his pant leg.
Hola, miss. He tugs at his collar as if to hide the cracked red skin. Hope there's a reason you've stopped an officer while he's on duty.
The folks you
would
got
already
property
stopped.
rights are not worthy of answers.
Just enjoying a stroll. No better place for that. Officer Marito Agante? Coordinator for the Guardia Municipal. Do you need help with anything? Anything threatening the peace lately? Everything all right there? How bad does it look?
A smeared pattern with streaked edges. You can rule out natural irritants.
Looks like like a chemical burn, maybe a neurologic reaction. There is this topical boar repellent I've been using. Instructions said to apply generously.
Common boar deterrents. Loud noises and strong smells, such as predator urine, placed in strategic locations.
Tell me about this boar infestation. It used to be a seasonal problem. The line of his jaw softens every autumn. Some adults will come down, bold and hungry, but lately it's more of a permanent residency. Come down where? The hills up north, as far as I've heard. You've got thorns, ferns, old trees, a nightmare to patrol. Are these boars dangerous? At best, they're a nuisance. The little ones are fine, but the adults could take off a kneecap if you're not careful. And then there's the really big one, the mother.
The way he intones the word mother suggests a primitive monotheist before an image of a graven god.
Speak to me of this mother. Massive furs, all matted, covered in scars, territorial too. Preys on drunks stumbling back from party alley. My mother's the same way. Sounds like she does your job for you. What can you do about a boar like that? Tusk, claws, knives, bullet, take your pick. Every few years, some brave moron tries to take her down, but she stands undefeated. Where will the brave and skilled moron find this beast? You got a weird glint in your eyes. Let's not do anything stupid, alright? So what do I do if I encounter a boar? You back away slowly. If you get a whiff of it charging, find something to climb if you can, and then come find me. Did you know that Smolin's father is missing? The kid's still showing that photograph to anyone walking by. Is she? He is missing, yeah.
A tinge of affection.
She tell you about the whole payphone thing too? The one her dad was obsessed with? It's nonsense if you ask Morito. Morito's really feels for the kids, you know? I think Eno filling her head with this shit. How well do you know Malin? Her dad's actually disappeared then. You look into this suspicion phone, I assume. Yeah, Eno's gone. Him and his other effing effed up buddy Gilmore.
But not dead, he reckons. A single data point is noise, but more could suggest a pattern.
Intriguing. Keep talking. Yeah, let's not get excited over anything. These two fancy themselves detectives. It's what happens when you have more time than sense on your hands. Figure these two just ran off, leaving the kid to deal with their mess. Have you looked into this suspicious payphone, I assume? Also, you looked. Can't. Payphones belong to
The
Renaissance.
largest corporate entity in Portofino, a monopoly over the city's telecommunications. Their logo is a cheerful dolphin.
So what? It's private business. The Guardian Municipal doesn't have jurisdiction to look into that. Who does then? The Fiscalia. One could put a request through them, but that's a lot of paperwork. Better stick to the law. The law's not perfect, but it's there.
Hard to argue with a non-existent point.
How well do you know Malin? Not well, but I've known her a long time. I know I used to bring her here as a toddler. Do you think they ran off together? Not at the same time. That would be too obvious. And I reported Gilmore missing about a week before he disappeared.
That's a lot of skepticism around reported and disappeared.
Way I see it, they started planting the phone story weeks ahead of a time as a cover-up, planning the whole scheme. Got two theories. That is the obvious one, of course. It will make sense. 80% of all disappearances are debt related. The other 20 absolutely mostly divorces, especially when a boat's involved.
He's not so much connecting dots as he's sketching them into existence.
So you don't know. Statistics, I can argue with those. Now, if there's no death, then we are clearly looking at something more salacious. Two men, yeah. Old friends, close friends, detecting together. Um, gosh. Anything threatening the peace lately? Had instances of theft around the docks recently. All the crates were ripped open in strange ways. Yeah, messily and without two seems like the work of kids. If you ask me, must be trying to scare people too, as weird noises have been heard at night, screaming and howling.
Animal rival.
Apart from that, it's just quiet, just how I like it. The quieter, the better, I'll say. Really, the hardest part's keeping people away from the balls, hence this whole cream situation. You get going.
As you step away, the G.
I knew it was being. That's the phone. So. I have to go this way, I reckon. Ooh, we can jump. Ooh. Well, that's not what I want to do. I'm looking for that dude. Has he gone already? I think he's gone already. I think I may have missed my time potentially.
The man gives no indication of registering your presence as you approach. His mirrored sunglasses are turned upwards.
What is the way you're here? Follow his gaze. Excuse me, nice boat. Are you a man of the sea or a man of the land? Follow his gaze. You're not as cool as I was led to believe. Sometimes at night, so cool. Or sleeping windows. Use a little more ominous and dark. Help you with something. A colleague of mine came through the bazaar recently. I think you two talked. Look around the barge. An old, low slung workhorse with tar patches, welded plates, and Mitchmite boards. Resin on the seams, hairline cracks across the hull. Someone's been fighting to keep it alive. Marina 32. Early 70s issues, portofilm manufacturing built for municipal dredging, but this one's been heavily mudded. Reliable class. He places a hand on the railing. A lot of bootleg goods. Where'd it all come from? Most ships are named after stars, and Rustam, we named them after lost sailors. Carve a name into the prow. The dead will watch the waters for you. What's the name of this prow then? Nothing. This is just a barge. I call it he out of habit. What's your name? Boatman. That's just what people call you, and I'm not complaining. What's your first name? Fine, I get it. Okay. Let's go down that line. Touche. Boatman noted. Thank you. At least he smiled. A load of bootleg goods here. Where they all come from? I don't know if I want to ask that. Depends. Some are produced locally. Textiles are easiest to replicate. Got some artisans and hills of pigs. Are other things like toys need to be brought from abroad. There's small manufacturers scattered along the Nos Corantes coast. Families with presses of book factories, other crates have to cross a few borders. What about real losing goods? How they get here? Guessing Butterfield's port authorities are in it too. How does all begin? Easier than you might think. The Lucians, they don't mind a little cultural leakage these days. Cities, yeah. So long as they don't get a, so long as they get a cut. Yeah, makes sense. How this all began at the ends of some enterprising people, a few tarps in the dust and word of mouth. A colleague of mine came through the bazaar recently. I think you two talked. Preoccupied with socks. Odd. Peter Petre said you are pretty well acquainted. Yeah, your colleague was here. As you can see, he isn't now. What did you and my colleague talk about? Got more questions for you. What about you? Stocks mostly. He said, not really my province. He was here to broker some kind of trade deal with the bazaar. No, he wasn't. Then he must have been a spy with the operant bureau. Like you. A still moment. Boats creak in the water nearby. Something splashes. Just nod. I used to be. Now I'm just trying to make up for it. Allegedly, we're both spies. My regards to your sources. I prefer state-sponsored criminal. I'm not even really here. I'm currently on a long-haul flight back to the superblock. That's not dramatic. He's just someone I work with. Just look real enough to me. Anyway, your colleague seemed upstanding, respectful, but I couldn't help him. Here's the end of the line. The Pseudopod terminus. He bounced off this man and landed somewhere in oblivion. Did you give him this? He was all right when he was talking to you with it mentally. No, what's on it?
He was genuinely perplexed.
Not sure. It made me see terrible colorless things. He was alright when he was talking to you? Very much so. Probably two with it. Shaky hands, blotchy neck. But he did alright. But he did alright. A polite round of applause for the support act. I need to know what my partner wanted. What was he here? So it's partner now. A crease across his brow. He wanted the same thing as you do, I assume. A meet with the boss man. A face flashes in your mind. Unbidden, heavy-set, boyish grin, traces of the underworld clinging to him. And who's the boss man? Tempo del Sol. Your cerebrospinal fluid turns to liquid refrigerant. Tempo del Sol meets your deity and the local underworld and wants your asset. Cryptonym Taxman. Also someone you once called a friend. He asked for Tempo by name. By name. Your colleague was very keen to speak to the boss, but I had to turn him away. Will my partner go after you turn him away? Why can't we try this? He came back, had to turn him away 4 times. After that, I lost track of him, but he didn't exactly walk off with purpose. Did he threaten you? No, he didn't actively threaten me, nor did I find him threatening. He wants a bazaar? Yeah, whole kingdom. From day player bootlegger to directing the full production in 5 years, quite the ascent from an exposed asset. Temple had many criminal grade contacts in Lelouch. Probably how he dodged the fallout after your network blew. Temple's bossman, big picture stuff. He knew his new underboss keeps things tight on the ground. Underboss? Teenage girl, 16, maybe 17, promising young bootlegger. See something of a protege. Could say that. How he put off the operation. Min's got a way of rallying people around him. Friends, allies, losing underworld contacts. Doesn't go in for sleep much either. Okay. We've got some stuff. We'll find out. That's a sub. I need to find a doctor. Then we get a skill point. I wanted to actually raise shadow play. Can I raise that one? Do I need 2? Or I need fortunate. I don't think I can do shadow play. Can we try this one with 58%? I'll exert myself. You turned my colleague away because he wasn't me. And who are you? He's going to make you say out loud. Your name is Thunder. A downpour home turf. You've returned. Cascade. Temple was very specific. At least it was to me. Cascade or nothing. He didn't want the opera. He wanted you. Temple called for help. For cavalry. For you. Phantom hand across the precipice, awaiting a return grip. Shards of both past and present collide. In the wreckage, a jagged pattern forms. Temple kryptonite taxman, your dormant asset. Contacts the opera. Intent unknown. Information unknown. Request meeting with opera and Cascade. Only Cascade. Except they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me anything. Cascade status. Frozen. Duration in Perpetrum. Opera issues directive. Dispatch lead operant to Portofino. Pseudopod. Pseudopod active in theater. Assignment meet with taxman. Retrieve message. They wanted Pseudopod to become Tempo's new handler. You were just here to smooth the transition. They farmed out your asset, your friend, to some trouserless infant. Pseudo fails to meet with taxman. Request Cascade from Opera. Timeline disrupted. Movements unknown. Pseudopod status changes to lost. Then I entered. Stage right. Cascade status changes to reanimated. Operant arrives in theater, unbreathed, unassigned, and unhinged. We fucked players, so-called superiors. Questions coagulate, but at their center, a truth catches the light. This is my assignment. Here's how I see it, or maybe how I don't. The weeping eye come in heavy, start cracking skulls. Tempo gets a wide look in his eye and follows it out the door. You two spirits appear out of nowhere, full of socks and half stories, and now we're all jumping at shadows. We're Stamian. People like me, we were brought up to follow codes. I can't follow a code if I don't know what the F is going on. Teeth bared, but nothing left to guard. Fear of the dark. Take me to Tempo. That's our biggest problem. Tempo's gone, vanished. I don't know where he is now, but I can't tell you where he was, that's his office up there. He nods to the northern part of the bazaar. Tempo HQ. It's been locked since he disappeared. No one's in, no one's out. Do you know anything you wanted to tell me? I don't. But you were expecting me. Okay. When did you last see him? A week or so back. Since then, nothing. Any idea where he is? What happened to him? I'll leave the guesswork to others. Showing ethos. Fair enough. Why haven't you been inside? Because it's locked. Have you got a key?